Welcome to Norway, welcome to the second week of the Clio SoF Season 4 2025. We return to Rudskogen. What do we have in store for you this week? 78 drivers, the second highest number in the history of the SoF, which means we barely missed out on 5 splits, but this also means 4 pretty full splits, 20, 19 and 19 cars respectively. For a comparison, last season we had 63 drivers here in Rudskogen. Yeah, the most wins on this track in the SoF has JB Masida. He won split 1 3 times, so he is Mr. Rudskogen. And speaking about last season, because last season we have been here as well, Miguel Freitas won that race, James Lazok Smith got in P2, and David Ward was in P3. Yeah, if we take a look at the track itself, what do we get here at the Rudskogen Motor Center? 3.2 kilometers, we expect 10 laps in this race. And yeah, we have 3 key points. The opening section, then turn 4, the downhill section, and the hairpin that starts the final third of the track. But to give you a better look, we prepared a demonstration lap to show you the track, and then we will jump right to the starting grid to see how qualifying went for top split, and then I'll be back for the race start. And here we are on the demonstration lap for Rudskogen, down to turn 1, braking after the 100-meter board. Watch out for an off-track here on the inside. Long right-hander, wait, then step on the gas, and down to the back straight, already the second longest straight on the track, to the most important or probably most dangerous corner, this downhill section. So easy to lose the car here. You have to be gentle on the brake on the exit, stay gentle, and then take it somewhat like this. Another off-track chance here in turn 4, and the hairpin down to another important section of the track, which comes up shortly. The hairpin right there. You go downhill, you brake, you go uphill, and then you have a double left-hander. You can go pretty wide there, even wider than this in the demonstration lap. And now you're already almost done. Go over the curb here, another long right hand, and once again you have to be waiting for the right moment to step on the gas, or else you understeer into oblivion. So yeah, this is one lap here in Rudskogen, and now we will see how qualifying went, take a look at the starting grid, and then we will be back for the start of the race. So this is our starting grid here for week 2 split 1 in Rudskogen. The lights are about to go red, which is now, which means we are waiting for them to go green so we can go racing, ladies and gentlemen. Week 2, here we go. 20 cars from Freitas to Sutherland. down to turn 1 for the first time. And as always, the look to see if everyone survives. So far, so good. Maybe 1 or 2 positional changes. We saw something between Carlos and Clement. They are side by side for P12. But so far, everyone has survived the start. Into the turn 4 for the first time, that super difficult corner. I think I heard that in the Norwegian name translated for this corner is the anxiety or something like that. And honestly, it is kinda fitting. But so far everything looks as planned. A few positional changes here and there. We have John Duncan against Maximilian Zörer. And the first bigger contact, number 8, with said Maximilian Zörer. Nothing too major, but he lost I think 2 positions as a result. Raul Hernando overtakes James Lazok Smith, and this is a clear-cut slowdown we see here. This is why James was that slow there. Gilberto to the outside with Kevin Enfield and Andy Oakley. Bruno Gaiotto right behind them to turn 1 for the first time. And Bruno Gaiotto hits Gilberto! A Team Nacional tragedy. And it continues. This is Carlos Rivera and Clement Godet. Can everyone... Yeah, everyone gets past Carlos. But, whew, I just need to have to write down turn 1, lap 2, and we all know what we mean by that. Bruno Gaiotto misjudges, and it continues. Da Costa and Domash. How does this end? Where is Domash? Next to him, still next to him. Still there. Dylan Da Costa wants P2. He's now in the inside, and this should seal the deal. And another touch, Samir Kadura, but nothing too major against Piotr Jegilevsky. But yeah, we will definitely have to take a look at what happened between the Nacional drivers. Thomas, he goes super wide, he goes super slow. This tells us most likely another slowdown. They are tough here at Rudskogen. What a shame for Thomas. Started in P2, now in P6 and under threat for P... Oh, but also David Ward, no, he attacks. And Jay, little touch there, but nothing that changes the outcome of the race, luckily. James and Thomas, 6 and 7, turn 3 and 4. The anxiety. And now they collide! Now they collide, and Tomasz, is that smoke there? But he lost only 1 position. From the initial contact, I was thinking he might lose more. But I think it's not a race that Tomas is enjoying right now. Like I said, started in P2, now dropped down to P7 as a result. If we take a look, Gilberto still driving after the incident. He's in P17, and Bruno Gaiotto also driving, but far, far away. You see the number 19 on the minimap, 30 seconds behind the field. And so far, not the season for Bruno Gaiotto. Last week in Split 2, the crash. And everyone that has seen the Alton Park Split 2 race knows what I mean when I say the crash. And now this. From what we have seen, he completely misjudged the braking point and hit his teammate. Oh, there's someone went wide there. That was Piotr Jegilevsky. Yeah, yes. Oh, Gilberto, watch out. Don't lose the car. I mean, we don't know how damaged Gilberto's car is, to be fair. So we don't know how it is to drive it. So let's go a bit easy there. With judgment when we see a sliding Gilberto, because he got hit pretty hard by his teammate. Like I said, a national tragedy. Piotr Jegilevsky losing a few more positions, 3 to be precise. Maybe also a slowdown. Like I said, it's a shame that iRacing does not save this in the replays, so we don't know. Gilberto attacks for P14. And he gets it, and Andy Oakley wants to follow through now. Stefan Kresin blinks. Oh, this is so uncomfortable for the driver behind you. Try to attack and suddenly the car in front of you blinks. You don't know exactly where it is. When will he return? Scary stuff. But let's take a look at the standings. Miguel Freitas leads 2.3 seconds in front of Dylan da Costa, who got the fastest lap at this stage. Roman Perschke in P3 and Raul Hernando in P4. And David Ward finishing up the top 5. As we are closing in on the halfway point of the race. Kevin Anfield, he is in P8. Chasing Tomas around that difficult corner. Because the problem with the corner is not only is it difficult to drive, no, if you get too far to the outside, you get the slowdown penalty. So it is double bad. You lose a lot of time if you do it wrong. If you do it right, you lose a lot of time. That would be wrong. Like I said, you lose a lot of time if you do it wrong, and you get a slowdown penalty. Not fun. Andy Oakley. He wants P15 against Stefan Kreisen. He is... I assume if you would say it in German, it would be Stefan Kresin. I would assume. A long I there. Andy Oakley against the man from Hockenheim, as he told us in the Clio Discord. Nice battle there for P15, 3 cars. Also Piotr Jegilevsky involved in this, and Rob Sutherland is the final car that has not been completely ruined by this race. Namely Bruno or Carlos. I mean, Bruno ruined it himself. Andy Oakley goes wide. This gives Piotr a position, and also Rob Sutherland. So Andy Oakley now in P18. We see a fight up front. Gilberto Struck and John Duncan. Team Nacional versus Missed Apex Motorsport. Roman Perschke now with the fastest lap, by the way. And the gap between Miguel and Dylan got a bit wider. 2.7 seconds. Maximilian Zörer driving under the Austrian flag. Another Austrian here. We have now a 4th one. I think Jürgen Nagel was not in this week, so 3 Austrians we will see across the 4 splits. And yes, I only mention it because I am Austrian. David Ward and James Lazark Smith. This is for P5. There's quite a big gap between 4 and 5, 1.8 seconds. Ooh. Lock up by Kresin. Like I say, I would assume in German you would say it like that. Ay, 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 ay. That's one way to lose a position. You leave a little bit of space. The other driver wants to put his nose in, does put his nose in, and then you get turned ever so slightly. James Lazarus-Smith, we don't no longer see it, but I assume he may... Yeah, he stuck the overtake against David Ward. James now in P5. David Ward now in P6. Roman Perschke and Dylan Da Costa. I have missed these two battling. Two former champions. I'm losing my voice. I'm sorry. Hope it's better now. Clement Godet, he was involved in the incident with Carlos Rivera. It's now in P9. Second lowest rated driver in the field, but P9 would be a lovely result. Same for David Ward, number 16 in P6. That's a nice gain. Would also mean big points in the championship. More on that later. Andy Oakley overtakes Rob Sutherland. We have not seen it, but we notice it on the timesheet to the left. Samir Kadura and Maximilian Zörer. This is for P11. P11, excuse me. Samir is in P12. So, Clement and Kevin still at it. Kevin in heavily defense mode. Has to focus to the back and not the front for him. Which means Tomas is now a second away from him. Miguel Freitas in the meantime got the fastest lap. So the lead is growing to 3.6 seconds. He feels comfortable here. Andy Oakley gets past Stefan Krasin. Now in P16. 3 minutes left. Zörer, Kadura and Struck. Austria, Argentina and Brazil, I believe. Clement Godet and Kevin Anfield. This is for P8. Clement tried it, but now he is on the outside. This gives Kevin the chance to get the position back. I wanted to say we have to focus on it on the timetable, it seems. I mean, this is also a nice battle. Clement now in front of Kevin, 0.1 seconds. I would love to see it. We see a teeny tiny bit up front there. Clement is to the left, Anfield to the right. We still don't have it in focus. We still have to work around it. But I think Clement Godet overtook Kevin Anfield. Yes, we just saw it. After half a lap of effort, at least. Nice. This is something probably to be shown as a highlight. Gilberto, Samir and Maximilian. Samir goes past Zörer. Gilberto sticks his nose in. Hope nothing happened there. Doesn't look like it. David Ward, P6, has to defend against Tomas. Gilberto and Maximilian Zörer, little contact. Oh, you see the damage on Gilberto's car. And Dylan Da Costa and Roman Perschke. So great to have this battle back, even though it is just, ladies and gentlemen, just for P2. And of course, because they are fighting, Miguel can drive away. It's as simple as that. 4 seconds, we are now in the final lap of the race. But wouldn't that be a podium? Miguel, Dylan, Roman. Sadly, we are missing Muhammad El Hariri this week. He would definitely be up there. And James Lazarus-Smith and Raul Hernando. This is for P4. Raul stays in front. Anxiety corner. David Ward. Tomas, similar thing. Tomas tries it side by side into the uphill there. David Ward Tomasz rises, little contact, big contact! And Tomasz loses 1, 2, 3 positions. As a result, Clement! He loses also a position against David Ward. This is something we have to take a look as well. Still going on the battle for P4. James is onto the inside. We don't see it. We see a race winner. We have not seen him a lot, but we see him now. Can we stop with the word see? Yes, we can. Congratulations. Miguel Freitas, Dylan da Costa stays in P2. Roman Perschke P3. James Lazok Smith, Raul Hernando finished the top 5. And then David Ward, Kevin Anfield, Clement Godet, and Tomasz Rizic in P9, and Cedric Gibbert. I don't think we had him in screen a single second up until now. And we are now waiting for the final cars to finish the race. Bruno Gaiotto and Carlos Rivera, they are in sector 3, so they will be here shortly. Maybe the camera will give them to us in a few moments. Good stuff by the top 3. Bruno Gaiotto, race to forget. Carlos Rivera, race to forget. And these are the results from Freitas to Gibbert. And how all of this affects the championship, the overall and the split 1 standings, we're gonna find out now. And there we have it, the overall championship standings. And as you can see, we now have the split 5 standings as well on ClioSoF.com. The point scoring system has been updated for the new season for the overall. And also a nice new feature, the change arrows to show how went up or down in terms of positioning. You see ClioSoF.com just gets better and better and better. Link is in the description. To nobody's surprise, the guy who won 2 out of 2 races is leading the championship. Miguel Freitas 200 points, Raul Hernando and James Lazok Smith. But you can see pretty close early on, of course, between 3, 4 and 5. Just 4 points between them. And yeah, you also see Dylan da Costa now officially be ranked. He was there last week, but due to technical difficulties he never was able to join. So he is now there as well. Also remember, drop rounds are a thing, but we are in week 2. We don't need to talk about them. So far so good. Don't get spoiled too much by what you see. It's a slow... How many drivers did we have so far? 111. Okay. And in terms of split 1 standings, same thing. The arrows are new. I like them. Makes it a bit easier to follow who gained or lost, apart from memorization. And same picture here. Pretty close there for P3. But like I said, the season is early, the season is young, and so a lot of things will change as the season will go on. In split 2 we had 28 different drivers thus far, only going up I assume. But yeah, these are the standings overall. And for the top split, the split 1 championship, we are almost done. Just a few more highlights to end this broadcast, and tomorrow we will see split 2. I hope you enjoyed the race. I hope you will enjoy the race we see tomorrow and the day after and the day after. 4 races, don't forget. So have a good time. See you tomorrow.